The female police officer said, "I need to search your body." I said, "Then. Want to go out with me?" The flashing red and blue lights painted the empty street like a broken promise. I pulled my car over slowly, heart beating just a little faster than usual, not because I was guilty, but because night stops never felt friendly. The engine clicked as I turned it off. Cool air slipped in through the cracked window. Then I saw her. She stepped out of the patrol car with a calm confidence that made everything else feel smaller. Her uniform was sharp, perfectly pressed, badge catching the light. Hair tied back. Expression serious, professional, but not cold. She approached my window. "Good evening, sir," she said. Her voice was firm but controlled. "License and registration, please." I handed them over. "What seems to be the problem, officer?" I asked. "You crossed the speed limit back there," she replied, glancing at my papers. "Mind stepping out of the vehicle?" I did as she asked. The street was quiet. No traffic. Just the hum of the city far away. She studied me for a moment, not in a suspicious way, more like she was trained to notice details. My hands. My posture. My eyes. "I need to do a quick body search," she said. "For safety reasons." I raised an eyebrow, half smiling despite myself. "Well," I said, "if you're going to be that close, want to go out with me sometime?" For half a second, the world froze. Then she looked up at me, really looked, and for the first time, her professional mask cracked. "That's inappropriate," she said quickly. "I know," I replied. Just trying to lighten the moment. She exhaled, clearly deciding whether I was trouble or just stupid. "Hands on the hood," she said. I obeyed. Her movements were precise, respectful. No unnecessary contact. She did her job exactly how it should be done. And yet, I could feel the tension, not sexual, not dangerous, just two strangers aware of each other in the quiet night. When she finished, she stepped back. "You're clean," she said. "I'll let you off with a warning. Watch your speed." "Thank you, officer." She handed back my license, turned to walk away. And stopped. "Next time," she said without turning around, "don't flirt with someone who's carrying a badge." I smiled. "Noted. But for the record, I didn't get your name." She paused. Then finally turned around. "Officer Emily Carter," she said. "Nice to meet you, Emily." "I'm Daniel." Her lips twitched, just barely. "Drive safe, Daniel." She walked back to her car. As I pulled away, I told myself that was the end of it. I was wrong. I didn't think about her for a few days. That's what I told myself, at least. But late at night, when the city noise faded and my phone lay silent on the table, her voice crept back into my head, controlled, calm, professional. Officer Emily Carter. A woman who looked like she didn't let mistakes repeat themselves. And yet, fate has a strange sense of humor. It happened on a rainy Thursday evening. I was walking out of a small cafe near downtown, hands full, coffee in one hand, phone in the other, when someone bumped into me hard enough to spill half my drink. "Hey, watch it," I said, more surprised than angry. "I'm so sorry," a familiar voice replied. I looked up. Emily. She wasn't in uniform this time. No badge. No radio. Just a simple dark jacket, jeans, hair loose around her shoulders. For a moment, my brain struggled to connect this woman with the officer who had searched me under flashing lights. She froze too. "You," she said. "Me," I replied. "Guess I should start speeding again if this is how we meet." She almost laughed, almost. "Are you okay?" she asked, glancing at my soaked sleeve. "Survivable." Coffee took the hit. "I'll buy you another one," she said quickly. "It's my fault." Inside the cafe, the warmth wrapped around us. She ordered, paid, and insisted I sit. There was an awkward silence, the kind filled with things unsaid. "So," I finally said, "off duty?" "Yes," she replied. "Finally. That makes two of us." She studied me carefully again, but this time not as a suspect. As a person. "You flirt with all police officers, or am I special?" she asked. "Only the ones who let me go with a warning." She shook her head. "That was unprofessional. Yet kind." She sighed. "You have no idea how many people think kindness is weakness. I think it takes more strength." Something shifted in her eyes. Just a little. We talked longer than we planned to, about work, about how she moved cities for the job, about how I never stayed anywhere long enough to call it permanent. "You ever regret it?" I asked. "The job?" She thought for a long moment. "Sometimes," she admitted. "It doesn't leave much room for normal." "Normal's overrated," I said. She smiled fully this time. No restraint. No badge between us. When we stood to leave, rain still falling outside, she hesitated. "About the other night," she said quietly. "You didn't cross a line. Just caught me off guard. I won't put you in that position again." "I didn't say I didn't like it," she replied. Silence. Electric. She stepped back. "Good night, Daniel." "Good night, Emily." I watched her disappear into the rain, knowing something had just begun, whether I wanted it or not. The call came near midnight. I was driving home when I saw the lights again. Same colors. Different night. I pulled over, heart steady this time. Emily approached, but her face wasn't calm. "Daniel," she said quietly. "I need you to stay in the car." "What's going on?" "There was a robbery nearby. Your car matches the description." I swallowed. "You think it's me?" "No," she said firmly. "But procedure is procedure." Backup arrived. Questions were asked. Time dragged. Finally, the radio crackled. "Suspect in custody. Different vehicle." Relief washed over me. Emily stepped back, shoulders heavy. "I'm sorry," she said. "I hate when work spills into this." "It's okay," I replied. "But I'm guessing coffee dates are still a bad idea." She met my eyes. "On duty?" "Yes." "And off duty?" She hesitated. Then, quietly, "Maybe not." Emily chose the place. Not a bar. Not somewhere loud. A quiet diner on the edge of the city, the kind that stayed open late for people who didn't live normal hours. She arrived 5 minutes late, and apologized twice. "You're on time," I said. "That's already a win." She smiled, slipping into the booth across from me. No uniform. No authority. Just a woman trying, maybe for the first time in a long while, to be ordinary. "I don't usually do this," she said. "Eat pancakes after midnight? Go out with someone I met during a traffic stop? Technically, I met you during a body search." She gave me that look. "Careful." We ordered. Coffee came first. Strong. Necessary. "So," I asked gently, "what made you say yes?" She stared into her cup for a moment. "Because I keep telling myself I don't get chances like this. And then I complain that my life feels empty." That honesty hit harder than any flirtation. "My last relationship ended because of the job," she continued. "He said he was tired of competing with a badge. And now? And now I'm tired of letting fear decide everything." Silence settled, not awkward. Comfortable. You? She asked. Why me? I shrugged. You look like someone who carries a lot and never asks anyone to help. Her jaw tightened slightly. You noticed that from one stop? I notice things. Her phone buzzed. She checked it, and her face changed. I have to go, she said quietly. I'm sorry. Everything okay? There's a situation. I can't talk about it. She stood, pulling on her jacket. Then paused. Daniel, this, she gestured between us, can't interfere with my work. I wouldn't want it to. Good, she said. Because if it does, I'll walk away. She left cash on the table and was gone. Emily chose the place. Not a bar. Not somewhere loud. A quiet diner on the edge of the city, the kind that stayed open late for people who didn't live normal hours. She arrived 5 minutes late, and apologized twice. You're on time, I said. That's already a win. She smiled, slipping into the booth across from me. No uniform. No authority. Just a woman trying, maybe for the first time in a long while, to be ordinary. I don't usually do this, she said. Eat pancakes after midnight? Go out with someone I met during a traffic stop. Technically, I met you during a body search. She gave me that look. Careful. We ordered. Coffee came first. Strong. Necessary. So, I asked gently, what made you say yes? She stared into her cup for a moment. Because I keep telling myself I don't get chances like this. And then I complain that my life feels empty. That honesty hit harder than any flirtation. My last relationship ended because of the job, she continued. He said he was tired of competing with a badge. And now? And now I'm tired of letting fear decide everything. Silence settled, not awkward. Comfortable. You? She asked. Why me? I shrugged. You look like someone who carries a lot and never asks anyone to help. Her jaw tightened slightly. You noticed that from one stop? I notice things. Her phone buzzed. She checked it, and her face changed. I have to go, she said quietly. I'm sorry. Everything okay? There's a situation. I can't talk about it. She stood, pulling on her jacket. Then paused. Daniel, this, she gestured between us, can't interfere with my work. I wouldn't want it to. Good, she said. Because if it does, I'll walk away. She left cash on the table and was gone. 3 days later, my name appeared in a police report. I didn't know that yet. All I knew was that a man approached me outside my apartment building, asking questions about a warehouse job I'd quit months ago. His interest felt wrong. Too specific. That night, my door was knocked on. Hard. I opened it. Emily stood there, in uniform. This isn't personal, she said, eyes serious. But I need to ask you some questions. What is this about? A robbery ring, she replied. And a witness who mentioned your name. My stomach dropped. She stepped inside, shutting the door behind her. I didn't say yes to this case, she said quietly. But once I saw your file, I couldn't ignore it. You think I'm involved? No, she said firmly. But someone wants it to look that way. She met my eyes. And that scares me. The interrogation room was colder than it needed to be. A metal table. 2 chairs. A camera in the corner blinking red like it never slept. Emily didn't sit across from me. That hurt more than I expected. Another officer did, Detective Harris. Mid-40s, tired eyes, voice sharp enough to cut through lies. Daniel Brooks, he said, flipping through a file. Former warehouse logistics. Quit 6 months ago. No criminal record. He looked up. But your name keeps popping up. I didn't rob anyone, I said calmly. No one said you did, he replied. Yet. The door opened. Emily stepped in. I want to be present, she said. Harris frowned. Conflict of interest. I know him, she replied evenly. That doesn't mean I trust him. That stung, but it also sounded like her. Harris nodded reluctantly. Questions came fast. Who did I work for? Who did I know? Why did my name show up on a witness statement? Then Harris slid a photo across the table. A man I hadn't seen in years. My chest tightened. Do you recognize him? Harris asked. Yes, I said quietly. Unfortunately. Emily noticed the change immediately. Who is he? She asked. My brother, I replied. The room went silent. His name's Mark, I continued. We grew up together. Same mistakes. Different choices. Harris leaned back. And his choices? Crime, I said. Small stuff at first. Then bigger. I walked away. Emily's voice was controlled. When was the last time you saw him? 2 years ago. He wanted me to help him move stolen goods through the warehouse. I quit instead. Harris tapped the file. Guess who was seen near the robbery site? I swallowed.